What's happening, financial coaches? It's Pete here, founder of Expedition Money. Want to talk to you today about a conversation that I recently had with a financial coach who has been kind of working on their financial coaching business, has a message, has a slogan, has a niche, and it's not really producing the clientele that he wants. In fact, it wasn't really producing anything revenue generating yet. And so one of the questions was, what should I do about it? Now, there are a number of things that you could try, but what it came down to for me was really try some different things, try some different messages. Don't necessarily put yourself in a box right away, something specific, that you might feel very comfortable with. Maybe it does even represent you, but there aren't enough people out there that are so similar to the demographic that you're advertising to that they just get lost, right? They don't see your message. They don't necessarily feel that connection with that message, right? Or maybe they're similar, but they're not 100%. And so it just seems very niche, and you might be turning off some people, and you just might want to try a different version of it or try some different versions, right? And so what I told him was, don't necessarily abandon this because you have like a year of marketing and content out there that really speaks to this specific niche of client. But what I think you should do is add on a broader niche on either side. So someone who is like the person that you're trying to acquire, I'm trying to be fairly vague here because I don't want to necessarily get into his specific niche, but talk to a person who might represent a larger part of the population, but be similar, right, on this side and then also on this side. And so, give yourself maybe 3 messages. Just because you aren't having success yet doesn't mean there aren't people out there that will work with you or want to work with you. But what you have to do is maybe try some different messages, try some different approaches. And so it's kind of like sports. How do you know what you're good at if you don't try them all, right? You're going to have to try 4 or 5 sports that you're bad at to realize, hey, this one I'm really gifted in. This one I really enjoy. I can kind of I can see myself doing this for a long period of time, right? So it's just like that in coaching. Just because you like one particular niche, or you're super experienced, or you're very much an authority on that particular subject, doesn't necessarily mean you couldn't be very good in a couple of other things. So diversify a little bit. And then if you do see some people coming in, even 1 or 2, right, that might be significantly more. That might be more than the other ones. You might not get any interest in some of these other niches, and then you can abandon them. Just pull the plug and move on. Double down on what is working, right? When you get a good hand, you want to double down on that, get your bet in so that you can really exploit it. And so, you're going to have to maybe try a few different things, especially at the beginning. It's okay. I see a lot of people have one particular niche. They pick something, hey, I'm a divorced single parent. I just want to work with that population. There are a lot of them out there. But you might want to try some other things like parenting or raising kids or dealing with the toddler years or planning for college or leaning on the community for support and raising a family, whatever it is, right? There might be a ton of different messages, and a couple of those might hit. One of the things that I've learned from YouTube over the years is that you can put out hundreds, thousands of videos, and 8 out of 10 of them might not get any real traffic, any material traffic. But 2 out of 10 or 10% or 15% of them might really explode. And so what I'm saying is that there's no formula to determine exactly what's going to work. You may be pushing a message that someone else is pushing a very similar message and just doing great, and you just don't understand why. So there might be all sorts of variables that go into that you'll never be able to put your finger on. So try some different things, broaden it a little bit, and then when you do start seeing the results that you want, chase those down. Hopefully that helps.